Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel, and thanks to all the subscribers. I appreciate the support, and there's always something to fix here, it seems, lately. And what we have here is an old Bissell. You can see it's a Bissell ProHeat pet. It's just a shampoo machine. Now it is an older model, but the concepts are going to be the same even with the newer models. They really haven't changed much. You can see here we have the machine up on a table here, and I'm just going to briefly tell you how to take it apart. You got to take this top cover off, and basically what the symptom is of this machine is it's not spraying water out of one side. But I'm going to explain many different scenarios so you can troubleshoot it yourself. But first you need to understand how it works. So by doing that, you'll gain an understanding on what the problem is and how to fix it. So first we have a screw here. They're Phillips head screws. We have one on the other side here. We have one in the back here, and then one on the left side here. And then in the front you're going to see a screw here on the left, and then on the right side you're going to have a screw there. Now I've serviced this many years ago to make it last longer, and what was happening was there was a problem with this soap dispenser that goes in here. I don't have it here now, but I managed to bypass it, and it's just a way of taking the hoses and bypassing it. And so now I just add the solution into the water, into this right here, which is a diaphragm, and this does both supply the water and it also takes in the dirty water from here. So when you're vacuuming it up, it goes into here, and this container here has a bag in it, and so it separates it. So your clean water goes into the bag, and the dirty water will end up surrounding the bag, so to speak. So we have that. So once we remove our screws, we can take the top cover off, and you can see in here we have various hoses. Now this meter here, this here is just a meter. As water passes through it, that makes that spin, so that's kind of an indication that you have water flowing through the hoses, so that's handy to have. You have a hose here that supplies water to the hand tool here. At the bottom you have where it collects the water, and a lot of times what happens here is if this wears down, it's just plastic, you have this mechanism here, and you can see I'm pressing it with my screwdriver here, and just basically it's a valve. It's spring loaded, so when you set this on top of here, that center piece there will poke into that, and it allows the water to flow in here. So this little reservoir fills with water, and since you have the pump running here, it obviously sucks the water out, and then it's going to spray it. Now a common issue with these is you're going to have these plastic sprayers right here. You can see if I press it forward, that's one of the sprayers here. So when you have problems where it's not squirting water, typically it's these sprayers here. They're just plastic. You can remove them. Take a pair of needle nose pliers, pinch this. You can remove it. You can soak them in vinegar and clean them out that way. And that just goes in by putting it in the forward position, and then you slide it back like that. So we have one here, and I'm suspecting that because this hose is kinked, that it's not allowing the water to go through, or they're dirty, but those are easy enough to fix. Now if you have an issue where it's, you know, these are clean, but you're not getting water out of the machine, then this top of this nipple here is worn down. And what you can do is find a little screw. Just find a screw that's going to fit in there nicely, not too big of a screw, a small screw. And you can take that screw and screw it into the center. And what that'll do is it'll push in this mechanism here farther. and that'll allow the water to come out. So that could be your issue, or it could be these sprayers. Now you can see here, here's where the soap reservoir went. I kind of cut the hose off years ago. I should have made a video for that. And I basically just bypassed the hoses. I really don't need that. You know, it was a matter of either throwing this thing away or getting some more use out of it. So I managed to do that. So I'm happy about that. So it was just a matter of diverting some of the hoses. You can see here I have some Permatex on here just so it doesn't leak. What this does is this runs through here because there is a heater on this machine, and the heater is located inside of here. You can see the 2 screws here, and I believe there's a couple more in the back. But if you open this up, sometimes the heater can get clogged. So you can open this up and you'll see like a square silver box, and the water passes through that and returns back to here, to the water pump. So if you have an issue with it clogging up and it's not spraying, it's going to be typically one of 3 things. It's going to be this reservoir here isn't engaging enough to allow the bladder tank to drain water. It's going to be these sprayers here, or it's going to be inside of here with the heater. And it's not that hard to do. Maybe I'll do a video on that at some point in the future, but for the sake of just getting this job done, because I have some work to do with this, I got to shampoo a carpet, so I'm trying to get this ready. You just open this part up and you'll see the heater inside of there. Now, I really don't think the heater does that much because I put hot water in the tank anyway, and the water is really hot, so I don't see what use. I think it's just a gimmick in my opinion. But that's the basics of the machine. And over here you have the belt. And what you would do here is, let me put this back on here. You can see here, here's the belt cover, and you just take a screwdriver. You can open this up. You don't have to take this off, obviously, to get to the belt. And I'm looking at the belt here. And you could see the motor. The motor's right here. The belt is still in good shape. Sometimes you'll get a bunch of hair or something in here. You'll see it down there, and that'll prevent the belt from turning. I don't have that issue here, so everything's good. So what I'm going to do is I have a piece of hose here. And I don't know if this hose is going to be, the diameter is a little smaller, but it might be enough to get the job done. What I'm going to need to do is unhook this hose here. You can see the clamps here. I'm going to have to unhook this hose here because I believe that the hose is just too short, and because of the age of the hose, it's kinking up here. So I think that's my problem. It's not allowing the water, you know, it's like anything else. If you take a hose and you squeeze it, well, it's going to restrict the water flow. So we're going to change that out. And that's about it for this machine. Everything else works. I mean, the vacuum works on it. The belt is fine. And we're going to go ahead and add a screw to this to help with this issue right here. What I'll do now is I'll take this off so you guys can see this. There's 3 Phillips head screws. You can actually take this off. You can replace it, or at least you can get an understanding of how it works. So I'm going to do that now. All right, I'm just going to take my Phillips screwdriver here, and I'm going to remove these 3 screws here. And we'll just give you a look at what it looks like. Okay, we'll take that out. You can see it right there. And you can see it's spring loaded here. And you can see when I press this in, you can see how it's moving, and that's basically just a simple valve. When this just gets pressed in, it allows the water to pass through to that reservoir. So that's basically that piece. So as long as your seal is good here, which that looks good here, just adding a screw to that is going to help open it up a little bit more and allow more water to pass through. So here I have a little screw. You can see it's not too long. It's just a little screw. And I'm going to place it in the center here. Then I'll take my Phillips screwdriver and just tighten it down. Alright, so that's done. So that should help the water flow. You can see it's a decent enough screw there. I didn't go too big, too long with it. It's just a tiny screw I had laying around. So you probably have some bunch of screws laying around in your junk drawer or whatever. So that should help press that mechanism in far enough where it's going to get good water flow. So the next thing I'm going to do is work on the hose right here and see if we can't change that out and get rid of this kink in there. Okay, so we went ahead and did the end of the squirter here. You can see that's all done. We have the new hose on it. What I'll probably do is just end up going to the hardware store after I get this job done and see if I can find the exact diameter hosing for this. But this should work just fine. This is certainly better than it being kinked. You've got nice water flow. You can blow through this hose. Maybe you can hear that. So that's definitely working. That squirter isn't clogged up, so we're good there. I'm just going to take some needle nose pliers and remove this clamp here. I'm just going to slide it off. We're going to pull this piece off here. And we'll go ahead and put this piece back on. And find out where we're going to route our hose that's going to be the most efficient here so it's not kinked up. So that looks good about there. And we're going to trim it a little bit. And then we're just going to slide this hose on here. I'm going to put my clamp on first. And then we're going to connect it to here. And we'll just slide our clamp back over it. we'll tuck it back down there so it's out of the way. So that looks good. We have our sprayers all set. Our hose is much better. All the clamps are on. We're just going to put it back together and it should be all right. I'll test it out, get the job done, and I'll let you know if there was any issues or not. So as you can see from all the dirt that came out of the tank, it did a great job. The sprayers are working great. I wanted to do this video because I see a lot of these at the curb where people throw these away, and it could just be a simple issue. Usually it's the sprayers that get clogged. A lot of the issue comes from if you store it away, if you're not always using it all the time. It's important to run vinegar through it, and that'll clean out those lines. In my case, it was the hoses just get hard over time, and it created that bend where I wasn't getting, it was restricting the water. So that's a simple fix for you. These machines can be kind of expensive, especially the ones that have the cleaning one where you can do your car carpets and the steps and things like that. So I just wanted to put together a video to show you a simple way to fix it without having to throw it away first. A long time ago, what I did do is I removed this soap tank because it was kind of annoying, and let me know in the comments if you experienced the same thing where you fill it with soap and it just comes out so fast. You got to constantly fill this soap container up. So what I did was bypass it, just using the hosing inside and bypassing it, so I don't even use this anymore. What I'll do is just put the soap in the tank itself with the water. I'll do the shampooing, and then I'll come back with plain water and I'll do the rinsing with it, and that works out well. But it did a great job. So I appreciate you guys watching the video. Leave a comment for me. Let me know what you think. If you have a machine like this, leave the comment down below. Like and subscribe. I appreciate all the subscribers, and we'll see you on the next one.